the river is called Gauri because it's a white river, just like Svetya. Svetya is a white river. Means because of snow covering, the color of the river is white. Similarly, this is also very north. It's a northernmost river, right? So this again, it is snow covered river, white color river. That is why the river is called Gauri. Gauri means simply white color. For a female, it means white woman. For a river, it means white colored river. So Gauri simply means white. So that is the name of the river, and it's joining the this Swat river. So this is the Gauri river flow. At this point, it joined the Swat river, that is Suvastu, and then it finally comes and joins the Kupha river, and then Kupha river joins Sindhu. That is the complete relationship. And of course, see the particular question that he asked, whether Gauri is related to Parvati. So definitely, I don't see anything, but see the Gauri means the white color river. But here, very strange that when I was mapping for Mahabharata, I had to locate the Shivi tribe here. So again, there is a Shiva here. So definitely, like maybe there is something more than what I can understand here. So Gauri is here, then the Aitihasic Shivi tribe, which is again Shiva. This Shivi basically have some connection with Shiva, definitely. And again, if you look at the word meaning, you don't see anything. The Shivi means the auspicious. The Shiva tribe means auspicious or healthy. Now that kind of meanings are coming here. But of course, there is a Gauri here and there is a Shivi here, and anybody can make any kind of connection with that one. But as far as the geography is concerned, I didn't see anything. The river is white, so the river is called Gauri, and there is a Janapada here. And that Aitihasic Shivi Janapada is located here. One branch of it, because Shivi Janapada has multiple branch like dynasty locations. Some of it is in the middle part of the Sindhu River course in the plains, along with very close to Multan or Mulastana. There is a Shivi tribe. Yudhishthira's one of the wives of Yudhishthira married from that Shivi tribe, who were ruling in the somewhere closer to Multan or Mulastana. Then another Shivi is there in Baluchistan, and this is the northern Shivi Janabada, which is along the Suvastu river. So yes, some of the interesting researcher can make use of this kind of strange similarities. Like there is a Shivi tribe along the Suvastu river, and there is a Gauri river coming and joining in Suvastu. So is something like Shiva and Gauri coming in. I mean, having some. I mean, like Shiva and Gauri represented in geography, and strangely they are close by. So I have noted that, but I can't really. I don't see any kind of actual connection with Parvati or Shiva in this region. But of course, there may be something because it's kind of a strange coincidence I can see here. And the last river that we will be discussing today is the Ashmanvadi river. So Ashmanvadi is the name indicates that river is flowing through Ashma, that is stone. So it's a kind of a mountain or no, stone, something similar. Drishadwadi. We know the Drishadwadi river is a river where there is a lot of rocks. So Ashmanvadi is something similar, where Ashma means stone. So this river is flowing through mountains, some kind of rough terrain. So and this river is a tributary of Kupha and is purely in Afghanistan. See the Kupha, this is already, see the territory, you can see this already the Pakistan is over. Up from this point onwards, the Pakistan this is the Pakistan boundary. And to the east of, to the west of the Pakistan boundary, it is completely the Afghanistan territory. And you have a full-fledged Afghan river mentioned here. Because when we say Kupha, part of it is inside the Pakistan, which is typically like we call it India, right? Because Pakistan is just formed some 60 or 70 years ago. So basically, we up to this much is the Indian subcontinent. So you can see till that time in Ṛgveda, all the rivers are at least flowing through Indian subcontinent, and this is the only river in Ṛgveda which is purely an Afghan river. And of course, even now, even the country like Afghanistan formed recently, as far as Ṛgvedic, the ancientness of Ṛgveda is concerned. All these events of formation of Pakistan and Afghanistan happened in a much later period, where none of it have anything to do with the Ṛgvedic rishis, or they have no idea about this kind of formation of countries. So, for all practical purpose, all the all these valleys of Kupa River is completely Indian civilization. So this entire Kupa River flowing through the Afghanistan, this entire valley. So you can see the white color is all mountain, and slightly yellowish color. This is a plains. So the basin, Kupa basin inside the Afghanistan. So typically the eastern Afghanistan that I am talking about is completely Bharatiya civilization. So this is an extension of Bharata itself. There is nothing Afghan culture here. I mean, but whatever we currently know about, like Muslims, and so none of this was there here. So the entire this is completely Vedic territory. And the Ashmanmadi River, the uniqueness of the Ashmanmadi River is that this is the only one river which I can say in the Rigveda, which is purely an Afghanistan river. Of course, based on the current terminologies, because now we have to be conscious about the identity of this particular territory, that is Afghanistan territory. And so this Kupa River is partially a Pakistan river and then partially an Afghan river, whereas Ashmanmadi is purely an Afghan river actually. So that is one important significance. Now, why I'm saying this, maybe today all these things doesn't have any relevance, but I assume that there is a future where India is the world's leading country. Like now we are in the fifth economy, and soon it will become third largest economy, and then we may be also be the first largest economy, something similar to United States. So we may be leading the world. At that time, maybe other countries would like to come and align with us. And Afghanistan is one of the possible countries which can align much earlier than any other country. And then that time, all these information that we have, for example, in the rivers of Rigveda, whatever I have put in, they can be activated. Like for example, we can say that okay, this Kubha river is the Kabul river is our Rigvedic river Kubha, so we all share the same culture, and we have Ashmanmati river mentioned in the Rigveda, completely an Afghan river, and then it is part of the Rigveda, and so we are not into the business of conquering or anything. I don't really believe in that. What I call the Virat Hindu Rashtra in terms of conquest, but in terms of a cultural assimilation, I am very much in favor of that kind of an idea. So that because how the Rigvedic culture spread into all over India or everywhere, it is not because of conquest, because they see the rishis, they saw how they're living, they saw how it is useful for being part of the Rigvedic civilization. That is the reason why people came and joined in the Vedic or Aidihasic civilization. So, for example, because I have just written a book on the Mahabharata, so the kind of assimilation process is like, for example, the Cholas or Pandyas or Kerala Janapadas. So they wanted to be known as part of Mahabharata, right? So even the Rajas, the Chola Pandya Kerala Rajas, they are actively interested in bringing their name inside the Itihasas like Ramayana and Mahabharata. So one of the theories that because of the assimilation, some of the later kingdom like got their mention inside the Ramayana and Mahabharata. That is one theory, but of course there are other theories that they were existing in that same period itself, so that they automatically got like mentioned inside the Mahabharata or Ramayana. The reason what I'm saying is even the second possibility is also not very bad. That is because the people wanted to be part of that civilization compared to like for example some foreign invasion or really some kind of wherein it is like against their will people are imposing upon them, whereas in this case the Vedic Aidihasic culture, it itself attracts the people into that culture and tradition. So in that way, like for example, when India becomes a number one economy, I would say that if different countries want to align with Bharatiya culture, there should be some common denominator, and Rigveda is one of the common denominator for the cultures. For example, for complete assimilation of Pakistan or Afghanistan into the Indian fold. Because currently, because we are all inside a kind of a or a kind of a intellectual battle where there is an alien invasion theory versus out of India theory, etc. But it will settle down soon once good sense prevail. They understand, okay, this is how the people spread. There is really a kind of possibility. There is really a situation where Ṛgvedic evidence point towards people migrating from northwest India to other western and northern regions. So into Afghanistan, Iran, uh, Central Asia, and Turkey, Greece and Europe, etc. So once that will settle down, and then they all people start searching their roots, and that time this information becomes very much useful. That see, for example, for as far as people of Pakistan or Afghanistan concerned, they are straight away their territory is part of the Rigvedic suktas. So that way they can connect with the Rigvedic civilization and culture. And the other countries, Europe or Iran, they can assimilate or identify with their ancestors originating from maybe some parts in the northwestern India. So of course, Chenab, Chandrabhaga, or with this Asikni River is the source of many of the tribes, which is traceable to Turkey, Greece, even Ireland also. So that way, all this way, they have possibility to have a connect with the Rigvedic heartland. So this is also Rigveda is also kind of a connector of multiple people and the provider of a common legacy to large number of countries. So some countries already started getting like allegiance with Lithuania or some other countries. I have seen the politicians, including politician scholars, speaking that their language is very close to Sanskritam, and they agree that they came from northwestern India. I mean, by ignoring the Aryan invasion theory or their existing paradigms, they say we came from northwestern India. So there are already countries and people who are actually interested in telling that okay, their source of origin is Bharata, and they are very proud of it. So that will continue, and our methodology will not be like conquering and defeating, etc. But because of the cultural the way the peaceful way or the manner in which Indians or Bharatiyas behave in other countries. I mean, in contrast to Muslims, wherever they go, it's a pain for that country. Whereas in India, I mean, the Hindus, the people who are the descendants of the Rigvedic rishis and Aitihasic kings, they go to any country, they make the country better. So the people are recognizing it more and more, and so slowly you can conquer by not by military or anything, but because of your positive behavior and the kind of good things that you give to the places where you live. And then the Rigveda and the geography of Rigveda becomes very important because it automatically connects a lot of countries and indirectly connects almost all the other countries, maybe except Africa, wherein people came to India, but it's not it's the other way. But any other country can automatically get connected to India because of Rigveda. So with that, I'll stop today and then look for questions.